Oh, I didn't think that was gonna fucking hit me that hard. Yeah, it's been a fucking crazy road.
What's up, guys? It's Flosive Floke, the dopest show that's not on TV. We are gonna go interview and hang out with pretty well-known local artist Cheyenne Randall, aka @IndianGiver. We're gonna go chop it up with him, see what he's about, talk about his early work, talk about his work that's made him famous, the shop tattoos thing, his whole hobnobbing with celebrities thing. He's a really cool guy. We've kicked it a few times before. He really digs the vlogs that we're doing and told me so, and then I was like, well, we should do one with you. Again, if you like the shit that me and Vintage Ty have been doing, why don't you do me a quick favor and hit like, subscribe, and comment. Yo, we're headed down to Pioneer Square where we're gonna go meet up with him and just kind of see what happens. Newsflash, I signed a lease today, so you don't gotta worry. I'm not homeless anymore, I got a 6th spot. We're gonna go see the real star of the show today. Peace. What's up, guys? Flosive Floke. I'm here with Cheyenne Randall, aka IndianGiver. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
We are in his Pioneer Square lair. Who are you, and where would people know you from?
Who am I, man? I am probably a recluse. Who am I, man? I mean, I was born and raised in Minneapolis. I moved out here. I'm Native American. I used to be political. I'm an artist, man, and people know me from Instagram mostly.
At what moment did the shop tattoo thing kind of blow up? Did it blow up like overnight, or was it?
Pretty much, yeah. My friend was like, yo, dude, you're on the Yahoo cover page or whatever. And I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, look. And I went to yahoo.com. It was like, boom, right there. It was like, shop tattoos, da-da-da, whatever. Cheyenne Randall, artist from Seattle. She is fucking doing all this or whatever. I was like, what the fuck, man? Yahoo, then it was the Today Show, and then it just was like...
The Today Show.
So, it's cool. It's I'm glad, though, yeah.
Can you just tell us how the whole shop tattoo things got started? Like, where did that come from?
You know, I encountered Mike Giant's work, loved it from the very beginning. I rode bikes with him for like 2 days in San Francisco, and I was like looking at his work and I was like, dude, this is the shit. He like draws tattoos on like drawings of chicks and stuff. And I talked to Trevor about it, and he was like, yeah, dude, check out Dr. Locker too, man. And I was kind of doing it too because I wanted to be a tattooer for like way long, dude. But I just knew it was never gonna happen because I wasn't gonna give it my all. If you don't want to give it your all, you should be doing it, you know. So I ended up fucking doing that kind of shit anyways. I was doing Flash and stuff a lot, and I was doing it on magazines and stuff. And then so it was August 8th of 2013. It was a fucking hot ass day, and I went down to Madison Park Beach. We went to the high dive. You know, I jumped on that shit for years. Anyway, so I went and jumped on that board once, and my left foot just slipped right off the edge of the board. My kneecap was like over here, and my leg was like stuck like this. It was like that kind of. Got to the beach, and this surgeon from Swedish was like, you need to pop that in like right now. Like the longer it's out, the more damage is happening. And so she popped it in. It was like 200 people at the beach, and it was just silent. She gives me a towel. She's like, you're gonna want to bite this. Had like one guy pull on my foot, and she rolled my kneecap into place. Just boom! I just started crying and like screaming, and like the whole beach was like. That week, basically, I was like at home and I was just chewing on Vicodin and watching One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Something just like hit me. I was like, I wonder what the fuck he would look like with tattoos. I was like, I want him to look like real, you know? Opened up Photoshop, brought that shit in, put a tattoo, 1 tattoo, 3, 2, you know, and then I just went like overkill and just did the whole thing and posted it on my Instagram just for fun. And people, it was like I was like, who else can I see? Who else can I do? You know, Winona Ryder, fucking Liz Taylor. And I was like, no, I'm gonna get this fucking right. And in fact, I've said before, like I was actually pretty irresponsible when I first started because I was taking tattoos from current contemporary tattooers. I wasn't even looking to see who did them. Fucking when this shit went viral, man, I got my shit served, you know? People were like, yo, dude, I'm gonna fucking come to your place and I'm gonna smash your face in with a shovel, dude. I mean, a bit hardcore, you know what I mean? But these guys were like serious. I'd be like, yo, I'm just figuring this out right now, man. I was like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'll fucking take that shit down and take it down, never sell it, and I'll redo them, you know? Yeah, dude, it was crazy, man. It was just like, all of a sudden, it was just like one fucking post on like the news, and it was like, that was it, you know? Here, I'm gonna see if she'll sit up here. Behind me. Right there, good girl. That's cool. That's good. Yeah, see?
So you mentioned you like grew up in like Minnesota. What was your upbringing like?
Oh man, fuck, dude. My upbringing was, I mean, I don't talk about my past that much anymore. Like a lot of people come from a house of alcoholism, and you know, my dad was born and raised in the Rosebud Indian Reservation in South Dakota, and he was primarily neglected as a youth, him and his brother. My dad wanted to make it as an artist. He was a sick artist. And Roland, his older brother, was like his lookout, you know, and then it's like, Roland got shot and killed. For my dad, it was just like his drinking was already probably getting going, you know, as a teenager. And it was just like, boom, even harder. My mom would give him $20. They were broke, you know, and they'd give him $20 to go get some food from the grocery store. And he would come home for 3 days, you know. He took that money and ran. My dad would take me on his benders and shit, on his drunks, down Franklin Avenue, Minneapolis. And so it's like, that's not a friendly place back in the 80s. That was a very vicious fucking place, PV Park. My mom would literally drop me off, and my dad would literally wait for her to go around the corner, and I was on his shoulders when we were hitchhiking into town. Man, we'd go 3 days and just, I'd see some shit, dude. One time we come around a corner, I'm gonna just drop this real quick, like, I'm gonna make a movie about this dude, and it's not gonna be a Native American film, it's gonna be a film about a man who has a disease, you know? The first scene, I mean, this is, I'll never forget this. I was on my dad's shoulders, we come underneath this like freeway overpass. It's like wintertime, I could, you know, just everything, all the textures were there. It was just like crunchy, like sand, because they always like, you know, sand the streets and shit, sidewalks. We come out from underneath it, and I could hear somebody screaming, and I was like, Dad, what is that? And he's like, I don't know, and he just takes off, just running, he was a beast, dude. He was 6'6", he had 2 inches on me. Took off running, I remember holding his like braids, he had like long ass hair, and I remember holding his braids, and it was like fucking, in my memory, I'm like, it's almost like riding a horse, you know, and like, we get out from around this corner, and it's this vacant lot with all this broken glass and shit, and it's just all like glittery and stuff, and this woman's on her back, and she wasn't screaming anymore. This dude was stomping on her face, like right into her face, just pumpkin smashing her. My dad sits me down real quick, and he points at the wall, and there's a picture on the wall of Leonard Peltier, and it's like stenciled. He's like, that's Leonard Peltier. He's like, I painted that. I thought it was awesome, and when I looked over, my dad was already halfway there, and he took the dude and just stomped his face like real quick. I thought he killed him, you know? I mean, he's not moving, he's dead. He comes running back, just like trotting, you know, across the street, whatever, and he puts me back on his shoulders, and like, we didn't talk. I don't think we said anything, but it was like, yeah, so anyways, my childhood was like that. I don't know, that's a tangent and a half right there. You know, it's pertinent to who I am, you know?
Story, though.
I mean, it tells, it's like, I didn't know any of that shit about you. That's crazy.
I mean, I had to like fend for myself pretty quick from like an early age. And Minneapolis in the 80s was not a fucking fun place. I mean, it was a pretty gritty place. So, yeah.
Actually, how I first met you was the James Franco show that you did at Treason Gallery. And that's one of the things you're known for, is kind of like having like these celebrity connects. But how did those get started, and where was the impetus for that?
I've always been really interested in like, why the fuck Elvis is Elvis, you know what I mean?
Why the fuck Elvis is Elvis?
Yeah, iconic is iconic for a reason, you know? It's like, it stands out, and it's its own thing, but it's also built by an industry too at the same time. I'm into it, I like it, and I've always just played with fucking famous faces and shit, whatever. I tell somebody, hey, I'm gonna put tattoos on you, or whatever, they're like stoked. I want to see what I look like with tattoos, right? It's curiosity, and it's fun. And Susan Sarandon, for instance, she loves hers. I mean, she posted on her fucking Instagram, you know, we sent her a frame of it. She wanted to buy one, we're like, fuck that, we'll send you one, you know? It's really fun to see yourself covered in tattoos if you don't have tattoos, I think. And Franco, for whatever reason, he saw that one and just posted it. We started talking more and more here and there, whatever, about maybe doing some things. And he really liked my Pasting the West stuff that I was doing, where I was going out to the countryside and like pasting on barns and stuff. And he's like, I want to do that, or whatever. And he's like, can we do that? And I was like, yeah, let's do that. I think I brought it up. I think I mentioned, you know, I was just like, yo, do you want to go pasting sometime? And he was just like, yeah, let's do it. I think that we respect each other as artists, you know.
I have a funny James Franco story.
Oh yeah?
So when I was in New Orleans, I walked around the floor of a really, really fancy strip club, and I like ran the floor and like all this other shit. And it's weird. So I saw this dude, right? And he was with a chick, and they were just sitting in a back booth, just being real low key. They weren't like sketchy or anything like that. But the dude looked like someone that like we would kick it with. Like I was like, I know that dude.
Yeah.
And I recognized him, but I didn't really know I recognized him from a movie.
Yeah.
I figured like I partied with him in like San Francisco or like New York, or like was friends with some like graffiti writers or like art people. He just had that look about it. I was super just like geeked on Adderall, just like looking at him. I was like, yo, did you ever like drink in Dolores Park in SF? And he's like, no, man. And then I walked away, and then I walked back. I was like, no, I know this dude from somewhere. And I go back like 10 minutes later, and I'm like, no, man, yo, like, do we kick it in New York? Like, I know you from somewhere. And he's like, oh, no, man. No, the waitress comes up to me. She's like, Joseph, that's James Franco, and you're freaking him out. Stop bothering him. And I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was like super bizarre.
He's a chill as fuck dude,
Yeah.
you know? Like, yeah, having met him and stuff, it was really, he was really killer dude, you know? I was going through some really fucked up shit in my life, and like, you know, Matt had offered me this like opportunity to have this like solo show, and like, I was like, I wonder if you'd be down to just come up here and do a fucking mural with me, you know, like real quick. And And I just sent him an email. I didn't even think it through, and I sent it, and he said, "Sure, when? Just tell me when or whatever." And he fucking got on a plane and was up here, you know? I mean, that's a down dude, you know? He's killer. We did some wheat pasting and stuff in LA, and normal dude, just like all of us, you know, but a little bit cooler, you know?
Yeah, a little un poco.
Yeah.
So like you talked about like your style before shop tattoos. In the future, are you trying to get more back to like your more original abstract style?
You know, being an artist is it's difficult because you've got this creative well, and you go to it, you know, as much as you can, but without depleting it. And when that shit runs dry, you've got to fucking figure out something else. Coming out with content that's fresh and fucking banging all the time is like, fucking, how does anybody do that, you know? It's a long game, you know? This is gonna be until I die. Do I give a fuck? I mean, I love tattoo culture. How many people can I tattoo on a computer before I'm like, all right, I miss making real art, you know? I wanna hang in galleries, you know? Like, I had a vision before this. How do I come back around and like still keep this relevant? Because I don't wanna completely abandon shop tattoos. I still enjoy it. So blending the two has been a very interesting thing. You know, like the upside down worlds and landscapes and all that shit. Where I see myself down the road is definitely more like a fine artist. I wanna leave this planet with a body of work that not only just like did some internet shit, but like it's actually physically here.
Yeah.
When like, you know, we all die or some shit and they come down and like rummage through our empty houses. I want them to find my paintings and stuff, you know, for sure.
Do you think it would be possible for an artist to exist today and not be on Instagram?
Yes, coming up and getting
Yes.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because you know, honestly, the Instagram thing, it's like a double-edged sword because you love it. It's your friend on one respect, but like you need it almost, you know, today. You know, we would go to shows. I didn't even know what the fuck Shepard Fairey looked like forever. I loved his shit. I thought, you know, he was killing. He's a good person to use as an example because, so I used to mentor at-risk youth in White Center. I remember one time this kid, I was 21 years old, it was over 20-something years ago. This kid fucking slapped a Andre sticker. Andre Has a Posse sticker on fucking a fire hydrant. I remember I looked at it and I was like, damn, dude. I was like, this motherfucker in LA has kids up in White Center putting his stickers up for him, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's intense, dude. I was like, that's real. That was way before social media and shit.
When I was in the 6th grade, you can all roast me to hell for this one, but when I was in the 6th grade, like I wanted Andre the Giant Has a Posse stickers, and so I got on like the family computer, you know, when you had to beat off in the kitchen in the middle of the night, and I printed out Andre the Giant Has a Posse and made my own stickers because I wanted my own ones, but I didn't know where to get them, so I had to like bootleg them.
Yeah, he's been a really inspirational sort of like, I look up to him almost as like a mentor almost, you know. He's a good template, you know, he's a good artist, so it's like, yeah, I dig. He still got like an original. I'm fucking pumped because he's got one of my Elvises hanging in Studio One. Yeah, his studio there on fucking Sunset or whatever. This was the Black Hills like shit we were doing. It was like the Aaron Huey, the On of the Treaties. So I'm gonna show you this real quick too because I was talking about this is one of my dad's drawings, man. Personally, I think he was ahead of his time. American Gothic.
From '86.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like American Gothic.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, and then they got their spirit animals around them.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's like really sick.
I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I feel like in a lot of ways I'm just taking where he wasn't able to go because his disease, I'm sort of been allowed to sort of take that and keep going with it, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with a hard lefter right here.
Right.
Favorite rapper of all time?
Oh shit! It was fucking NWA and Eazy-E for me. The bank robbery one. Yeah, Eazy-E, dude. Yeah.
Yo, so we both know Matt, the co-owner of Treason and tireless advocate of the arts. How did that relationship get started? Because it was a very productive time period for you, and where did that all come from?
Matt and Treason Gallery, they came into my life was like, it was that time when I was going through some heavy shit. Like, I'll just say it. I was just, you know, I was under the influence of a lot of substances, and I was self-destructing quickly. I don't know whether it was through my posting or something. I think it became obvious that I was fucked up, you know? He just straight called me and said, hey dude, do you have anybody working with you or anything? And I was like, nah. I was like, this is all just me. And he was like, I would like to be your manager. I was like, really? I was like, dude, I was like, because I mean, I was like almost about to just end it, you know? I mean, I did. I tried to one night and I ended up in a fucking, you know, with leather restraints and shit in a fucking hospital. And I was like, you know, I was like fucking ready to go. And he came in. Oh, damn. I didn't think that was gonna fucking hit me that hard. Damn. Man, it's been a fucking crazy road. I'm cool with crying. I think it's manly to cry.
Hell yeah.
He showed up, he just called me, he was just like, dude, I wanna be around. I was like, cool. Well, I gave him a run for his fucking money, man. He couldn't find me half the time and shit. And he's like, Dom's gonna come live with you for a week. He's like, you know, you're gonna fucking sit put and you're gonna make some art, you know. And he entered my life at a time when I needed somebody like that, you know, where they're just like, yo, you need to just fucking shut the fuck up, you know, quit doing that and just do this, you know, do what I say. I just was like, all right, let's do this, let's go, let's do it. You know, like I don't need that shit, you know. And I really haven't gone back to that life yet. He really, in a lot of ways, kind of pulled me up from this place that was going nowhere, but you know where it goes. And he was just nothing but like, you know, just right there the whole time. I mean, it was like, yeah, I went from like, you know, the show, then I was like, you know, I kind of came up with that crazy idea. I came up with that idea when I was in the fucking loony, by the way, but I came out of the loony and fucking.
You came up with what part of the idea?
The idea to have Franco come up here and like.
Damn,
yeah,
in the loony bin.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, well, afterward, he was, no, I didn't tell Franco that. Frank, this is the first time he'll ever hear, if he does. About a year of just flying around, just doing cool, just basically just weed pasting stuff and like meeting with people. So he was a huge part of that, you know. And so we just got to a point I was healthy and got my shit together a little bit, and I was able to sort of take care of myself. So I just started managing myself, you know. So I thank Matt for everything he did, you know, for sure.
The Franco show was popping. There was like lines around the block. I got to look hella cool. I was walking by and there was some girl, real cute girl at the end of the line, and I was like, oh yeah, just come with me. And I got to cut in the front of the line and be like real sick. That's like all I got is like this weird street cred. Shit, I think this is kind of coming to the end. Any advice you would have for the aspiring youth artists out there?
Who gives a fuck about what your friends think, and just make art every fucking day, every minute, because this is your trip on this planet, not their trip. So you gotta just get it, you know.
It's your trip. I like that.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
yeah.
Shit, do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, Flows to Flow, you know. Right here. I mean, I like your shit, dude. You're fucking good, dude. But yeah, you know, I mean, shout out to fucking all the Seattle artists. You know, I love Seattle, dude. This place is dope. Like Joe Nix, Duffy Leg, fucking encourage each other. You know what I mean? Like that's what we do up here. I mean, this is like we're all like trying to, you know, help each other get out there. So,
It's tight.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, thank you so much, dude.
Yeah,
I
thank you, man.
appreciate you.
Absolutely. Yeah, appreciate it.
Oh.
Peace.
Peace.
Trying to play a little song?
Yeah, man. I'll play a little.
Do a little song.
Dog doesn't give a shit.